Hey Jesus Gang, it is Preacher Pete, and today we're going to be doing another devotional. And this devotional is on, y'all might hear my cat, he's doing a lot better, he's just chilling with me right here. I wish I could put like a little image right here of him. But yeah, the cat's doing good, but today we're going to be talking about today's devotional, and it is standing up for Jesus. And this is pretty generic, it's pretty basic, but has a lot to do with your growth and knowing who God is. When I made this ministry, I felt like I was in a position where I had no other choice to obey. And sometimes I feel like life catches up to us and we either mess up or we get further from God, because even if you're just living life and you're not being proactive and seeking a relationship with God, you can still drift away. And I would have so many of y'all reach out and y'all weren't close to God. And it was so strange for me. Because sometimes we just get in this closed-minded state of life where you're living right now. And I didn't realize, how much I struggled in my past with certain sins. And doing this ministry, I feel like it's a big deal, because I'm representing God and I'm trying to help you guys. So like when I am not living a godly life or I'm not as close to God, I feel like I don't deserve to speak, because I feel like if I'm not being the best for God, then why should I represent Him? Which that's the enemy, and it's also being obedient. It's listening to the Holy Spirit, making sure that whatever I talk about or whatever devotional that we do, it really is led in the Spirit. And so today we're going to be talking about standing up for God, and what I mean by that is the difference between us here and a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, or a year ago. The difference between you then, the difference between you back then, and the difference between you now is that you know your God. You've developed a relationship with Him, and you know how God acts. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something right now. Life might really be unfortunate for you. Life might not be going the way that you want right now. And the enemy loves attacking. I say this all the time. Thieves don't break into empty houses. If you're pushing and you're giving, your full percent and you're running on empty and you're still giving, God sees that. You might not think that He sees it. You might not feel that He sees it. But I can tell you what you can do. You can go remember back to when He had your back. You can remember back when He did that thing for you. That's our God. He did not leave us. That's why it's so important to pray over our day, to be guided in the Spirit. Because if not, we'll just drift. And you have to stand up for God. It's when if you look in the Old Testament and you look at all the kings, God, He did great things with, right? Covenant, covenant, covenant. What that means is we are almost in a marriage. Like we are in a relationship. Whatever decision I make with God, whatever I do at work, whatever I say to this person, I'm thinking, would this reflect God? And sometimes we're not perfect. Like we just need to get that through our head. We are not perfect, but that doesn't give us an excuse to keep sinning or to sin. And it's really hard because we're human, we mess up, and it's this limbo state of, I want to talk to God, but then I feel so bad for my sin. And that's why the same reason that you know that God's got your back right now, you know that you can come and talk to Him. And I did get some Bible verses. I don't typically do this, but it was really... Let me see real quick. But we're going to be talking about Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path. So that means that you could just be following God. You could just be doing everything you can the right way. Not perfect, but you're trying to be, and things just not work out. And God has your back still. It doesn't look like God's there, but He's there. Many times in my life, I don't understand what God's doing. I have no idea. I even pray for Him to take things away, and He keeps them in my life, and then they're taken away. And I'm like, why'd you do that? But I'm not God. And everything that He's ever done for me, I've never gone backwards. There's a Bible verse that says, for your former years will be better than your latter. And we're going to go over another one. Okay. Isaiah 30:21. Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear my voice. Your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, this is the way, and walk in it. I actually think that was really close to the one that I put earlier today. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted. He saves those who are crushed in spirit. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you a hope and a future. You will seek me and you will find me with all your heart. And this is not the best devotional I've done. This is not. But you know what it is? It's commitment. And if you're going through something today, you need to be committed to God. Just because we don't win every day, just because everything doesn't go our way, does not mean that God wasn't holding our hand the whole time. It doesn't mean that God wasn't walking with us. It doesn't mean that God didn't see every move that we made and heard. He didn't hear every cry we didn't make. God has your back. He's got your back. We have to understand that. And it's important to make the most out of situations that you're in. Because you standing up for God right now in an uncomfortable circumstance might just be what God wanted from you the whole time. He might have been sitting there just thinking, I wonder how far they'll go for me. You ever notice that? When you love someone, how much you'll do for them? You'll push yourself past the breaking point of your own health. And that's the love God has for us. We really don't deserve it. But I will leave you guys with that. I'm excited. I cleaned my schedule out. So I'm so excited to make more content for you guys. I miss all you. I'm not gonna lie. I get on every night and I'm like, I gotta lock down a routine. But I also gotta work on my own faith. And as much as I could put a video or a devotional out every day, I hope you guys understand that my relationship with God comes first. And this ministry is part of that. So I want to make sure that I do everything right. Yeah, and we'll leave it with that.